Hey, Andre, have you noticed that we've got a very strange thing happening recently, and that is dealers are marking up vehicles above the MSRP?
Yeah, well, it's those times where the vehicles are scarce, right? And some dealers are highlighting the price in a different way.
Yeah, we've got this confluence of really interesting things happening today where there's a lot of demand, not a lot of supply, and of course dealers who are taking advantage of that. Now, of course, MSRP stands for manufacturer suggested retail price, so it's not a fixed price, it is a suggested retail price. And in good times, in a free market, you can wheel and deal and get a lower than MSRP price for a new car, but those days are over, unfortunately.
Yeah, and especially with trucks, right? Four-wheel drive vehicles, brand new SUVs, vehicles that are in high demand. Well, right now, some prices are going above MSRP.
Yep. In this video, we're going to try to help out the TFL community by enlisting your help to actually highlight those dealers and spotlight those dealers that are asking MSRP and those dealers that aren't. So before we get to that, let's talk about MSRP and let's talk about like the different ways that people are buying cars. Now, it used to be once upon a time that people, if they wanted a brand new car, they would walk into a dealership and then you'd have to go arm wrestle the dealer into giving you the best deal possible.
Sure.
And then companies such as Tesla came along, and now those companies are expanding to Rivian and to, what's the other one? The electric car manufacturer.
Lucid?
Yeah, Lucid, thank you.
Yeah.
And Lucid, where basically you go to a website and you pay the MSRP, which is actually not an MSRP, but it is the manufacturer price.
Yes. You know what it's very similar to?
What?
It's like buying an Apple computer.
Exactly.
Or an iPhone, right? The Apple computer is this price or the iPhone is this price, and you either get it or you don't get it.
Yeah, and of course, those prices also vary. In the latest news from Tesla just increased the price of the brand new model or refreshed Model X and Model S by $5,000. Get this, they gave it a worse steering wheel and made it more expensive.
There you go.
But now your choice, of course, is to pay that or not to pay it.
Or walk away.
Or walk away, right.
Yes.
But unfortunately, with the old model, with the old dealership model, some dealers are actually asking the manufacturer suggested retail price, and some people are adding what is euphemistically called a market adjustment.
Yes, that is the term, market adjustment.
So we recently got an email from one of our readers and viewers who sent us this Maverick that you're looking at a dealership where the dealer is asking for a $3,000 market adjustment, which to me, is fair. It's an open and free marketplace, right? Once again, you can or not, you don't have to pay that, but because we feel that this is a community of people, and because we want to help you out, we're going to try to enlist your help in actually helping us help you find dealerships that are actually selling vehicles at MSRP, and then, of course, highlighting those that are selling it above MSRP. Once again, it's free and open market, and so, we need to help facilitate lines of communication so that you guys know, where you can get a better deal for a vehicle.
And here's what we want to do. We have two websites, TFLcar.com, right?
Yep.
And TFLtruck.com. So if you guys send us, and gals, of course, if you send us an image of a sticker similar to this with a $3,000 market adjustment or something else, or maybe MSRP, right?
Yeah, sure. Or below MSRP.
Or below MSRP. If you send us an image of that and tell us what vehicle it is, maybe a picture of the vehicle, right, itself, then we can put it either on TFLcar.com or TFLtruck.com, and we'll have like a running list.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and what we want to highlight those dealerships that are selling at or below MSRP and those that are selling at or above MSRP. Look, it's a free market, Andre. I'm not going to be critical of people who are trying to earn a living, but I do want to help our community, get the most value for their car or truck buying. And it depends on the vehicle, right? If you're looking at like G-Wagon, for instance, right, which many now are selling at $20,000 or $30,000,
or double the price sometimes.
So yeah,
double.
Over sticker. I think there's not a lot of sympathy would be the right word for that purchasing decision, because people who are making that, if you have $150,000, you probably have $200,000 to buy a vehicle. But with like this Maverick, the idea behind the Maverick was an affordable pickup truck. And so when you take a pickup truck, how much is this guy?
So this is an XLT, which is kind of a mid-grade Maverick in this case. 2-liter turbo, which is their more premium engine, 250 horsepower. And basically the price MSRP is $32,000 and change, but because of this market adjustment, it's now $36,000, right? So it's no longer in the affordable realm, I would say.
Yeah, it's no longer what Ford, I think, intended it to be. Once again, it's manufacturer suggested retail price. So there's no fast and furious rule about this. But we want to help you guys find the right place. So if you have a dealership that you've noticed near you that is selling at MSRP or selling above MSRP, take a picture like this, basically, of the price of the market adjustment or of the MSRP, and send it to us at ask@TFLtruck. And if it's a car, we'll do a running list of these pictures and dealerships that are selling at whatever. And if it's a truck, we'll do it over at TFL Truck. And that way, if you're out there looking for a new car or truck, we'll help you find the best possible value for your money.
Yeah, email us at ask@tfltruck.com. Pretty simple.
Pretty straightforward. Yeah. And hopefully, we can help navigate these turbulent times. Part of me, I was thinking about this video. We were going to do it yesterday. We talked about it because of this picture that somebody sent us. And part of me was thinking, if you really wanted to let the free market be the free market, why not just get rid of the MSRP?
Yeah, and let the market decide.
Yeah, I think if you're a free market person, then that would be the ultimate way of actually determining what the value of that vehicle is. Because I think what happens is when you have an MSRP, then you set an expectation in the buyer's mind that this is how much the vehicle should cost. Mm-hmm. And then if you go below it, you feel good about it. But if you go above it, you feel bad about it. Yeah. Right? It creates almost an artificial number that you either feel good or bad about. Whereas if there was no MSRP, maybe then the market would set that value versus the manufacturer setting it. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing. Let me know in the comments below if you think I'm being a little out there.
And there's another factor at play here, right? Maybe a couple of years ago, dealerships were full of inventory, right? So if you walked into a truck dealership, for example, maybe Ram or Chevrolet or Ford, etc., you had maybe 20 trucks to pick from that you kind of wanted, right? And then you can haggle, right? You have a choice. You say, I want this one, and maybe I want a really big discount on this one, and maybe you can work something out. And people used to do that. But now, well, first of all, the inventory is shrunk. And also, manufacturers and dealerships are now encouraging ordering, right? Special orders. So you get the perfect truck or a car you want, your colors, your options, all that stuff. And then you're paying potentially, well, you probably don't go below MSRP, right? Because you're kind of at MSRP level because you're special ordering something.
Well, it's actually harder than that right now, because what's happening with the more demand than supply situation is that, of course, dealers and manufacturers are going to make more money selling the upper trim levels. So if you're a Ford truck person, you're more likely to find a King Ranch or a Platinum out there than you are to find an XL or an XLT. And that's already pushing customers into a much higher budget than they may want to get to. The other thing that's happening, especially with dealers that are asking over MSRP, is you'll go to their website and they won't post the price, which always is a red flag, right? They'll be like call
for price,
yeah. And having talked to a lot of dealers, the model has certainly shifted from people walking into dealerships to people buying their vehicles now online, right? They're doing it at home from the comfort of their own computer, and the dealer doesn't necessarily benefit from that because it allows you to price shop and compare. And so, oftentimes the price, especially if it's above MSRP, is not available on the website. So we're trying to kind of make it a little bit easier for you. So if you actually are at a dealership and you see what the price is, take a picture of it, send it to us, send it to Ask a TFL Truck. We'll put it up there. And then hopefully you can use that story and that webpage as a reference point where to buy your next new vehicle. And we were looking for both cars and trucks. So, let's before we wrap this up, let's talk about some of the vehicles that now are highly popular and that are highly hard to get and that are subject to being sold at over MSRP.
Ford Bronco.
Yes, Ford Bronco.
Yeah, very low supply right now. A lot of people want it. Another one that I recently saw was a 4Runner. So the 4Runner has been a vehicle that's been around for many, many years in its current form, but still their off-road models and TRD Pro 4Runners are getting huge market adjustments. Also, of course, that upper echelon trucks, TRX, Raptor, but also some vehicles like Maverick, right? Maverick is supposed to be an affordable truck. It's just coming out, very popular, and it's getting a market adjustment.
Yeah, pretty much anything that's new, even like Wranglers, I've been seeing market adjustments on. And the other thing that's, of course, happening is in the secondary market, people are buying these and then trying to flip them. That's a whole different story. I was on Craigslist yesterday, and there was a brand new Bronco for sale for guess how much?
Was it like a cool one, a Sasquatch?
It was at the top of the line, yeah.
80?
100.
100,000?
Yeah, I've seen that with now Broncos, and I've seen that with Corvettes as well. It's just, it's difficult times, and we just want to help since we have a big megaphone that we can use to help broadcast the information that we get from you guys. Anyway, please help us out. Thank you for watching, and as always, this is Roman
And Andre.
saying, see you next time. Ciao.